Alright, what is up you beautiful people, and welcome back to another Direct Strike Weekly Brawl, benchmarking with Phoenix. Let's have a look here. It looks like one of our Brawl modifiers this week is going to be the Hallowed Ground here. We have some aura here. We also have Discharge, so our structures have no shields. Nice, and we have Stronghold. Okay, well, Stronghold's pretty nice Brawl. That means I can just go tier 2, and I'm probably just going to get out Phoenix at tier 2, and I feel like I should just rush Colossi. I don't know if that's a good idea. But I low-key kind of want to do it because of the range and the siege potential of the Colossi. But I don't know if that's a good idea. We'll see what our opponents are doing. Looks like we have a Karax on the other side. Okay, nice. We got a Nova on our team. Ooh, look at all those buildings here. This guy's a big supporter of Direct Strike. And we got a Starcraft over here. Okay. Well, I mean, at least they got rid of Void. And it looks like there's a bit of lag coming in here. Hyper Cancer. Nice. Nice. Well, I guess, now is bestest time of any to drop my little thingy. Also known as if you guys enjoy Direct Strike content and you guys are new to my channel, well, be sure to watch this video until the end. I make weekly Brawl videos every single day of the week, and also some Commander guides, so be sure to check them out. I also play some other games as well, but, only if you guys enjoy those games. How could Hyper Cancer let us down? I know, right? How could they? How could he? How could he? Alright, so we're gonna hit that tier 2 pretty soon. As soon as Hyper Cancer is out, I guess. Hyper Cancer is the person in the middle, I think. Right here. And yeah. How have you guys been? I have been very, very busy. And am barely managing right now. But you know what? Such is life. Let's just get right to it. Hyper Cancer? There we go. Hyper Cancer's out of here. Oh wait, did he come back just in time? Hyper Cancer came back just in time. Bruh. Bruh. Okay. Okay, so Hyper Cancer was playing Rainer. Oh god, Rainer and the tanks are actually gonna be nuts. Sorry, your mom needed on the Wi-Fi. What? Okay. That should not really on with. Nice. Nice. Okay. Let's see. I don't know who my opponent is, though. He hasn't put anything down. Okay, well, I'm just going to put down Phoenix, because Phoenix is quite powerful here. I'm just going to put him down over here. And I probably want him as Solarite Dragoon, because I think Solarite Dragoon has a lot of range. Yeah, 9 range. It's going to be able to DPS down all these buildings quite nicely. And I really want to just go Colossi, but I feel like that's a really bad idea, so I'm just going to scam my opponent here. He's playing Karax as well. Okay, so if I go Colossi, he can go Mirage, which I think I can beat with Scouts, so I think we should be fine. But if I go Scouts, I will lose heart to Air Rainer, who I will be going into. So that's actually really complex. And if, I don't know, I think I can beat Karax's Mirages with my Adepts, though. I think, because Adepts are light. I actually don't know what to do here. Carriers, Karax carriers are stronger than mine. Oh my god, there's so many mines here. I don't know. I feel like there's no point trying to pressure early, though, because whatever happens, there's gonna be, Stronghold that's happening. So I think I should just be... Screw it, guys. I'm gonna be greedy. Let's do it. I don't know. I've just spent some time deliberating, but oh my god, Phoenix here got 24 kills. I'm just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. Blood for the blood gods. Am I right? Oh my god, these Vultures don't stand a chance against Phoenix here. He's just gonna... He has so much HP. And he's also in the Hallowed Vitality, so we got that extra armor, cooldown reduction, got out everything. Nova here's got the siege tanks. I mean, we're pushing in quite nicely. Karax here looks like he's going tier 3 as well. This is part of Stronghold over here, so that's a nice little base that's being built. I think I can just type the cannon here if I change targets here. Please tell me I can change target. There we go. There we go. That's the cannon. That's the cannon. I'm gonna get Purifier Armaments because I have 2 Phoenixes out here. Just get that 70 damage out here. I'm gonna put down a Colossi. I don't know what our opponents are doing here, but they're definitely going for something interesting. Okay, Darn Monolith coming down here. I mean, I guess they also went for tier 3. Kind of want Warbringer here. Because I think Warbringer would be very, very useful. So I'm just gonna spawn Warbringer. I don't know, guys. This is super greedy, but we're just gonna do it. Ooh, Rainer here's got a bunch of bunch of vultures here. I mean, I guess he's trying to stall with the vultures. But the vultures aren't exactly going to do much damage to Phoenix here, because Phoenix is just... He just has a lot of HP and armor in general. And Warbringer is going to be out on the field. Get that Purification Blast up to a 5-second reduction. So 1.5 seconds, that's like 2 or 3 Colossi. Oh, wait. I think Purification Blast should be able to kill off support carriers, though. And Phoenix here should definitely be able to handle these support carriers, right? 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 Oh, no, Phoenix. I mean, I got another Phoenix here, right? Oh, my God. Warbringer here with the Chrono Lance. Man, Warbringer is honestly... Oh, so powerful. Look at that. Holy... He's got his little Purification Blast that's gonna be coming down. I'm just gonna get some more Colossi here. But I think I should probably also get some Mojos as well. Let's see, Warbringer. Oh my god. He's a fucking beast. Look at that. Monstrous. Just vaporizing all of these vultures here like they're nuttin'. Oh my god, I love Warbringer. Are we just gonna have like a 5-minute game here? Because our opponents are just double Karax and just sat on their hands? Because that would be absolutely hilarious. Let's get some ground weapon upgrades over here. There we go. Yeah, that's right, Warbringer. You show him. Hit him with that Purification Blast here. Ooh, Warbringer going down. Got a lot of tanks here. I don't think actually, no, this is probably enough carriers to do stuff. Oh, but Discharge means any damage due to the Nexus is gonna stick. That's actually kind of insane here. Let's see. We got like our little blast here. There we go. I mean, Warbringer doesn't draw aggro here, so it should be fine. Boom, blow up the carriers like that. I think Warbringer also has Purification Blast, so he's gonna like cast it on the carrier as well, right? That deals 300 on target unit. Yeah, so that should get rid of it. That should actually be pretty good against the carriers here. Oh my god, Purification Blast coming out here. Oh my god. I'm gonna drop a scan over here. Can I get Warbringer to blast the Nexus? It doesn't say what he's hitting. Okay, so I'm gonna put down our Colossi here. I've never done this before, guys. Just rush Colossi. I mean, I've also never had opponents let us do this. Man, this is hilarious. Combat sensors. Let's get that to happen over here. Oh my god, those tanks here are just gonna snipe it off. Here, I'm gonna scan as soon. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna drop the scan over here. That's it. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was embarrassing. I didn't think that rush was gonna work, but I guess like having double Karax here, and I don't know what this guy was doing, sitting on his hands. This guy just had something out, but oh my god, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. I feel like maybe some Mirages would have really nailed it for them here. Man, how many kills does Warbringer have here at the end? 16 kills. Wow. And then 50 kills on Phoenix here. Not much kills on the other Colossi. Jesus, let's have a look at the kills here. Oh my god, I killed 146 things. This is why you should always get Phoenix first, guys. 10 came in over that. Oh, that's juicy. I did a lot of killing then. I thought my eyes were doing a lot of damage. I think they did a lot of damage to the buildings at the end of the day, but I just slaughtered everything with Phoenix by himself. Man, okay, let's get right to the tier list. This is going to be like a really short video, but let's get right to it. Bam. Alright, and we're back. Let's get right to it. So for those of you who've decided to skip ahead for like first 5 minutes of the game, be sure. Well, actually, no. This is the game. This is the game plan. We're gonna talk about the auras. We're gonna talk about the overall strategy and the commander rankings. And be sure to drop a like and sub if you want to keep up with this content. So let's move forward here. So as we have seen, the brawl modifiers are Stronghold, so base gets built up as you push forward. We have Hallowed Ground, so your units have special buffs as you place them where you want to place them. And we also have Discharge, so your structures have no shields. So the strategy I think this week is just going to be either you pick a commander that can stack really nicely, or you pick a commander that can anti-stack or like just sort of anti-structure, be able to charge it down. And that's basically it for the gameplay. I mean, or like the strategy. So let's just have a look at the tier list here. So here we go. I have Raynor up here because I think Raynor has the cheapest tanks, and so you can just sort of spam tanks. That being said, you will have to account for your opponent's strategy, but just lots and lots of tanks. If you make it to the late game, is going to be really tough to deal with. Megs here, I think you can either go for like a pure Aegis Guard bio, like super aggressive, just crash down mid and like take down the cannon, take down the Nexus sort of build, or you can try for like a little bit more of like Siege, like what is it, a Shock Division build, but I don't know. I feel like the first one might be better. And then Warzone and Alarak here, I have them as S because whenever there's cooldown reduction, Stalkers are always very good. Alarak Stalkers, like Slayers, will be decent, but also because they're going to be backed up by Wrathwalkers, which are very great against structures. That being said, Warzone also is going to be really good at just stacking, but she herself is not going to really be able to do damage. She'll just be sort of a meat shield, so eventually she will drop off. And then next in A tier, we have Hunter Horner. Hunter Horner actually has a pretty nutty early game opener against buildings, because Reapers throw grenades at buildings, which do like quite a bit of damage. I think it's like 20 damage per hit. And so you can just slap down a bunch of Reapers and they can just blow up your opponent's base, and that'll just sort of prevent them from advancing with Stronghold, which is very good. And then you can sell those Reapers off later for like, I don't know, Assyria Raids, Deimos Vikings, like all the good stuff that you can get in late game. Next we have Nova. Nova is going to be pretty strong because Nova tanks are very powerful. They have that very powerful range. And Nova has really like strong early game and like strong mid game, right? Just overall really good transitions. So I foresee Nova is probably going to be quite dominant this week just because of Stronghold. Every time there's Stronghold, Nova tanks are just going to take control. And speaking of that, you need to get a Zagara to, I guess, counteract that, because Zagara will be able to crash down onto waves and just blow everything up. So that's very powerful, very useful here. And next we have Swan in the A tier. I think Swan might be a little dicier to place in A tier, but I still think because Swan tanks are very powerful, they do the most damage per shot. And you can get access to them like right away at tier 2, so it's not too bad. You just gotta figure out like how to manage your wave based on your opponents. So, but like, as you start stacking up, your tanks will be very, very strong. And there will be lots of things for your tanks to shoot thanks to Stronghold, so you should be good. Next we have Abathur. Abathur's in the B here because you can go a lot of Swarm Hosts, but Swarm Hosts don't really do any damage. Really, they're just here for meat shields. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not like very powerful, but it's not bad. And you could probably pivot for a transition with like Guardians and go for like an air domination build with some Vipers. You could pivot for that, or you can just like totally purely be there to support your allies. But yeah, that could work out. And Stetman here is in the B because of Stronghold, there are a bunch of things in the way of his Banelings when they do charge down to try and unstack their opponents. So it's going to be a little bit harder, and it's going to be a little less effective. Stetman himself doesn't really have the best stacking units. Like, his Lurkers cost, I think, way too much for what they do. Like, the Focus Algorithm Strike will be very strong against a bunch of small ground units, but if it's just hitting buildings, it's not going to be good enough. So I don't think he, like, on the stacking side, he's going to be able to do too much. But on the stack breaking side, he's going to be very good. Next, we have Stukov. I think Stukov here, his tanks are very expensive. But they're not bad. I think his Diamondbacks are still quite powerful, and so are his bunkers. So I think Stukov is, if you do like a mixed ground comp where you have like infested civilians and you have bunkers and then you have Diamondbacks supported by tanks, I think that should be a pretty strong Crusher build that will eventually grind your opponent out. However, I feel like that might not be too great into tanks. But if you can get to the late game, Apocalypse should take care of part of the tank line, but when there's too many of them, then like you're gonna be in trouble, because even an APOC is gonna get 1 or 2 shot by a lot of tanks, right? And then Tychus here's in the B because I think Tychus, he has the potential to just end the game early, as we just sort of saw there with that Phoenix game that we just had. And so he's kind of still a threat. I think if you like open a bunch of Kevs or something, just like burn down the buildings, you might be able to just cheese a victory here, I think. And even still, Tychus's stack breaking potential is still quite massive. Like, you need to have a lot of tanks before like Tychus starts feeling it, right? Like, you can just get like a bunch of Boswells, and Boswell will rip through your tank line like nothing. So Tychus, I think, he's definitely not out of the game for this week, so be sure to look out for him. And next we have Dahaka. Dahaka is tanking himself, and he has access to Impalers and Creeper Hosts, which are really good, but they take a lot of time to actually ramp up, so he's going to be a little bit weaker in the early and mid game. You could do something with Ravasors, but Ravasors are just not going to scale later on. That being said, though, you do have the Hallowed Ground aura, so you can play around with that. So in the C tier, we have Kerrigan. So Kerrigan, I think, is very powerful when it comes to just her Ultralisks being able to like just charge down the front line. But All of her other units are very vulnerable to splash damage in general. Like Hydralisk will die quite nicely to literally everything. Yes, they do a lot of damage, but they will get blown apart by most stacking units, not just tanks. And that's sort of one of her problems. I mean, you could go Broodlords, but then with Broodlords, they don't really have an ability to protect themselves in the air because they only shoot down, which is problematic. It means you have to build Hydras to protect them, or you have to build Mutas to protect them. But it just leaves them vulnerable. So I don't like Kerrigan's stacking ability quite as much. Next we have Phoenix. So I think here Phoenix, I don't know, like you could do like a stack breaker build with like the Colossi. Not Colossi, like Colossi and Immortals together. You could do some sort of like stack breaker build that just sort of tanks a lot of damage, but I think later on as the game progresses, it'll be harder to win against like a thick line of tanks if it comes to that. Definitely the Colossi rush that I did there probably should not have worked, but you could totally try it out. I feel like it's not too bad because Colossi are technically a siege unit and they have a lot of range, but they're just vulnerable to air units, which makes them not as good as they could be. And then next year I had Artanis. I actually had Artanis in the B tier a little early because I thought that he has a very tanky wave and very durable wave. And with like a bunch of Immortals and Archons, I think he has the potential to break a stack just because his units are so chunky that they just have so much health. But I don't know. It's kind of tough. Like it takes a lot of time to get to that point, and by the time you get to that point, your opponents might actually be ahead of you, or like because like your units have shorter range, right? At the end of the day, so they have to walk in and they have to take a lot of siege fire, which isn't as ideal. And finally, in the D tier, we have Karax. So I know I've been putting Karax like a lot in the D tier, but like this week, I don't think Karax like does either the stack breaker thing very well or the stacking thing very well. So yes, Karax carries are very powerful, and yes, Karax mirages are very powerful, but if you're building mirages, you're not building things that can kill buildings, and that is a problem. And like yes, mirages might be able to kill enemy stacked units, and that could be very problematic for like someone who's just building tanks, right? And so I do grant that, but then like your mirages don't contribute anything, I guess, besides just breaking the stack, which is, I don't know, I guess it's okay. Like the beam is quite powerful with the stack breaking, but then it's like, I don't know, it's hard to say, it's hard to pin. So I think like Karax might just have to focus on breaking stacks, because he can't really stack himself. Like yes, he's got the most powerful Colossi in the game, but they cost a lot and they're very vulnerable to like by themselves. So yeah, I don't know. Karax, it's tough, I think, for Karax. But yeah, anyways, if you guys have any like disagreements with this, with like the sort of, I don't know, things like I missed when I was talking over the strategy and sort of overview of each commander this week, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. I'm happy to talk. I think Karax, I think like I definitely genuinely like undervalue him at many different ways, but it's just that I don't like his inflexibility. It's like you have to build pure air units to deal with air, and you have to build pure ground units to deal with ground. There's no like that in between unit that can shoot up on the ground, and there's no in between unit that can shoot down from the air, right? It's like Artanis. Actually, Artanis he has a Tempest, which is like okay, but it's not really that good. And then like Phoenix has a Scout, which is manageable. Vorazun has pretty good air. Alarak has destroyers, which are decent, and also motherships, which are also really good, right? And then like Vorazun and Alarak have stalkers and slayers, which can shoot up as well as shoot down, right? And Phoenix has access to adepts that can also shoot up. Artanis has dragoons that can shoot up. It's only Karax is the only guy who doesn't have a ground unit that shoots up, right? Like I just don't like that inflexibility about him, and like to me, I feel like that makes him a lot like not as great, because it means that like your opponent can counter you much more easily. That's just sort of like what I think. But I don't know. Let me know maybe like why you think differently. I don't know, because like I feel like if he was any better as a commander, having the beam ability just makes him so strong. But anyways, that's it for the tier list for this week. Be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.